So today we're actually covering two people who are actually escaping the law or who are actually wanting to escape the law. We are speaking about Nandipha Magodumana and Tolesmo, because Tolesmo, we know that he did escape the law when he was accused of rape, and the whole thing was thrown out of court. So Nandipha right now, she's making her way into warming courts that the whole thing about the story of her and Besta was actually, the whole thing was a setup, can I say that? Or it was against her will. She didn't actually participate in anything. So we're just gonna unpack those stories right now, both of them, and just go hand in hand with them. Okay, right now we're gonna start with Tolesmo. So weeks ago, Toles came forward actually in a sit-up saying that he's actually quitting black women. He's no longer wanting relationships right now. He's actually focusing at himself. But right now we've seen a picture of him kissing a lady circulating all over socials. So it is claimed that they're in relationship. Nobody has confirmed it anyway. So the thing that we know is that he's still in the process of divorcing, but he did confirm that actually there is a separation that happened between him and Mome. So this whole thing is saying that Toles actually is a fat liar. He's a fat liar when it comes to the accuracy of the things that he says, So we're going to unpack those things that he's actually said to us before this whole thing of this kiss that we saw him stealing. So he lied to us, saying this whole thing was a setup. This rape allegation was a setup. He never touched Lerato. He never was there in that moment that Lerato was actually confirming and saying that he was at. He didn't have any relationship with him. With her, he didn't do anything regards saying a relationship or having just a sexual intercourse or a rape for that matter. So now, he said that he was a traumatized man, when it comes to black women. This person that we see him stealing a kiss with is actually a black woman. And now he said that he doesn't have feelings at all for black women because now the tragedy that Lerato has done him has caused him a trust towards black women. But now this person that he's busy kissing is a black woman, and that is alleged he's in a relationship with. So now that shows that he's actually a filthy liar. Now he was talking about the finances, that actually Mume was the one who was actually funding him, making sure that the financial situations are fine at home. Is it the case that maybe this woman that he's with is actually loaded? Because now, the weakest link of them all will always be the weakest link of them all. So if he was saying that actually Mume was the one who's making money more than him, maybe he couldn't resist this woman. That's why he's with her or whatever. But we don't know much about her or what's her story. So we're gonna find out very soon what's really happening with her. Actually, who is she? How loaded is she, and all that? Because now, when you talk about Tolesmo, it's like he's actually looking for opportunities. Then he goes and steal it. Because now he did say that actually he was he couldn't live without Mome, and all of that. But now that will have to mean right now he's actually healed and moved forward with this woman that we've seen him with. Now, when we talk about him, actually, this was a man that was married for a long time. Obviously, companionship is something that he's very used to. We can't just expect him to be alone now while he was married for such a long time. It was something that was like we're in denial that more could resist any woman that will come along his side. Because now, when someone is married for a long time, it's hard for them to be alone because they are actually normally in a company of someone else. So that will have to mean this singleness that he was trying to embrace so much, he couldn't deal with it, he couldn't embrace it and all that. And we just knew that that thing, it won't actually happen by the click of a hand, that he's actually right now moving forward alone. There's no woman with him and all that, because now there are those people that are meant to commit, and there are those who are not meant for commitment. So Toles just showed that in the beginning, Jay, that he was made for commitment, because now he stayed with Mome for quite a long time, for years and years and years, having kids and all that drama. But now recently he dropped everything. So whatever woman would come his way and show him the same loyalty that Mome showed, he'd still run with that lady, right? Now I've seen this lady, she's chubby and all that. Is he actually replacing the old Mome? Because the old Mome was chubby and all that. She worked her way to losing weight and then living the healthier lifestyle and stuff like that. Is he actually looking for the old Mome? Because now, when you see her body, she's resembles the way that Mome was looking the time that they were starting relationship and all that, when they were married and stuff like that. She was chubby and all that. So now suddenly she's this woman who slimy and all that. Maybe he can't deal with the fact that Mome is no longer the woman that he actually said I do with. So now he's actually looking for one out there. That's why we see him having this chubby woman on his hands. So done with Toles. Now we're talking about Nandipha. Nandipha, we've seen her actually throwing a statement on us, talking about her kids, that she's actually coming home soon. She will fight tooth and nail to make things better. She's sorry for the things that she's done and all that. And then boom, there she was in court, and then Thierry Nandipha, I didn't expect that one actually, because now you'd see her bold and all that when it is her court appearances. But yesterday it was like the other Nandipha, because she was Thierry crying and all that. She was showing the most emotional Nandipha that we've never seen, and right now she's talking about that she's actually experiencing sexual abuse in the hands of authorities. The things that were done to her when she was actually captured, and actually Thabo is the one who has been manipulating her without her will, without her consent. That thing of them going to another country, actually, it was Thabo idea, and she had nothing to do with this whole thing. And she didn't want to go because now she was leaving the kids behind. I'll tell you what I think. I think she was someone who was looking for opportunity. It came at the right time, and she was ready for it. That's why she ran. Because now, this Thabo is not like Nandipha met Thabo today and then tomorrow they fled, It's not like that. These people built a momentum being in a relationship and making sure that they are establishing the businesses. There are people that are coming forward right now actually talking about how they met Thabo how they met Nandipha and Thabo as businesses, partners or whatever, or actually life partners. So now, right now, for her to come and say that this whole Thabo thing is something that she didn't actually plan, it just happened. It was like the way that she is saying actually, it's like Thabo saw her in the streets and then he captured her somewhere, and then he made sure that she doesn't go out. She's away from the family, stuff like that. Now, after that, he went all out, making sure that they're going out of the country. Meanwhile, there is a video that we saw where Thabo is actually sitting and Nandipha is sitting. They're actually talking about the sales of a car and stuff like that. Where was this whole thing of Thabo is putting a gun on my head, saying I must do things like that and stuff like that? Where was this whole thing when she's saying that actually Thabo Bester was forcing her to do things? There are people right now that are coming forward as I'm saying that they're actually talking about the relationship that they saw between Thabo Bester and Nandipha. This whole thing, it's just doesn't sit well. She's a liar actually. The way that I'm thinking, she's actually the liar. I don't believe any word that she's saying. Though I knew that it will come to this because now this is someone who's having kids. This is someone who's having a degree. So actually the mentality of manipulating the law, obviously she has it all in her hands, this card, because now when she talks about this someone, a woman with kids, the law obviously will go a little bit harsh on her. She's someone who's a doctor, the law will go a little bit on her. It's not like just your Zama or someone who's having a spaza shop and then they're in jail. It will never be the same. She's got a rank, some sort. So now, obviously, the way that she's treated will never be the same as the person who's just running a spaza shop next door and then they being captured in the prison, right? So she knows these whole things. Her lawyers will actually stream this whole thing and cut it down for her that you deserve this, you deserve that. This is actually the beginning for her to come forward and fighting for her rights, which of I think some she will actually win because now when it comes to law, they look the whole bunch of who you are, assets, stuff like that. So obviously her treatment will never be the same as an ordinary person out there on the streets. So now she's a flight risk. I don't know about this thing that she's busy applying for bails and stuff like that because she's actually showed us that she's a flight risk. She was willing to risk it all, going all out with the prisoner that ran away from prison. This is someone that went and allegedly stole a passport from a friend, which of she stole the identity. Wasn't she aware that she was doing this whole things of stealing identity and stuff like that? Because now her best friend is actually confirming that passport was stolen. She didn't actually give it to Nandipha. If she did give it to Nandipha, also maybe it is that maybe that she actually gave it to Nandipha willingly. Even that, obviously, she was willing to risk it all and go with Thabo Bester. This whole thing of Mangabanga business saying that Thabo Bester was holding a gun on me all the time and stuff like that. I didn't do anything willingly and stuff like that. It's a bull. I don't believe it at all. And I'm just waiting for the courts to actually prove it, which of it's a 50-50 scale because nowadays people are actually breaking law and they get away with it. So maybe she's one of those who will actually get away with the whole thing. But right now there are steamy lot of cases around her, which of maybe the other ones will fall and the other ones she will carry on. But now this whole thing of her being so bold, coming to ask for a bail, I mean, I just don't get that level of mentality that she's in right now because now the whole thing that we saw, the whole thing that we know, obviously the law knows more than that we know. There are people that are still building a case on her and all that. That things obviously that haven't been revealed with this whole case, which of we are still waiting for her to come and say that she wants to go out and be in normal society out there. I just think that she's a flat risk. She shouldn't get a bail at all. Actually, she's a liar. So we don't need her in a society right now because now actually prison is there to mold a person, to shake them and say, hey, you've done wrong. So right now, we're capturing you here for you to see and acknowledge your wrongdoings and stuff like that. I think that she still needs time in the prison to shake her up, to just show her that whatever that she did, regarding the Thabo Bester and stuff like that, there are people who lost their lives in this whole thing. So I think that it's time for her to take accountability. So I don't think Nandipha should be released on bail right now. I don't think it's time yet. but we'll see how it's gonna be, how her team will actually build this whole thing, because you can see that these are people that are prepared to break it down so that Nandipha can go free for now. We'll see you next time about this whole things and chasing other stories. Bye.